Hi there, beautiful souls watching. Thank you and welcome. I'm Gabrielle, retired medium in Germany, and I like to share some of my otherworldly experiences and insights. So, this one is about the path of the left hand and the path of the right hand. This is a concept quite well known in Eastern tradition in India and Tibet, but mostly not here in the Western world. So I had my own little experience when I, in the 1980s, went to India in search of the purpose of my life. Ha ha ha. How can this be somewhere else than in here? But I was young and stupid at the age of 24. I thought I have to travel to India to find the purpose of my life there. Okay, that's how thinking can lead you wrong and astray. When I was in India, of course, the people, the Indians on the street, just normal people, and some in smaller villages haven't even seen a white guy, alive, a person like me. Some came and touched me, wanted to touch my white skin and things like that. I had never experienced something like that here in Germany, okay. But that's why I went to India as well, to get the culture shock, to be confronted with something that is totally out of the box, out of my mindset, and to me foreign or weird or exotic, however you want to name that. All these labeling trials to get the essence of what is behind the words, the energy. So the Indians asked me, "Where are you from, madam?" Or "What's your country?" In this pidgin English. And I, totally naive, answered honestly, "I'm from Germany." And then I got the reaction, "Oh, Hitler, strong man!" And I was so shocked, although I haven't been in the war, it was my father who had been a soldier in the war with Russia and the rest of the world. So it's not even kind of my fault that I'm German. I incarnated here. I was born in Germany. My guides now tell me because there was the best condition for you to grow up with the least hindrance to your path. I got a good education and things like that, and I wasn't forced like in Muslim countries to be the lesser worth woman and things like that, although equality here in Germany is ha ha ha. They speak of it, but they don't really live it and practice it. And one of the sentences I love is practice what you preach and apply your knowledge to the day-to-day life. Otherwise, it's of no use and no help. So with that reaction, I already felt guilty to be a German, and they weren't even kind of judging Hitler. They were only admiring his power and his strength and what he did with that, making war with everybody, in kind of that megalomaniac, like Alexander the Great wants to be ruler of the world. Hello? Do you need more proof that that's just a big fat ego and nothing else, that only cares for itself and how it can make everybody follow him on his wrong path? So I learned very fast that I better not say any longer that I'm German, because I just couldn't deal with that reaction. It shocked me through and through. But it also gave me something to ponder upon. How can they view that just as a sign of strength? A dictator, a mass murderer, that Hitler was. How can they do that? How does this work? I couldn't get it. And then I came across the concept of the path of the left hand and the path of the right hand, which is quite common and well known in Eastern tradition, spiritually. And then I started to understand. And I'm trying to convey and transmit this to you, do my very best. Even ask my guides for help, because I think it's kind of a big theme. And there is a need to know about that. As we are told in many spiritual traditions, that the universe or God does not judge. But we are living, as the whole universe is constructed like that, in duality, where you have the two opposite poles, the polar opposites, like day and night. You can judge the night if you like, or the day, but if I stick with that example, you get an idea how crazy it is to judge the day for being the day and the night for being the night, you know. But if we carry on with these polar opposites in duality, like good and bad, wow, then we got moral and ethics involved and a lot of connotations with the expression good and bad. So here we go and have a big confusion. The universe, God, source does not judge, but we humans do automatically. We are socially engineered to do that, even without being aware of it. And so in spirituality, the path of the left hand is the path of, let's say it as neutrally as possible, the path of evil, of darkness, of black magic, and it has a goal, and the goal is power, strength, might, whatever, money, riches, knowledge. And it goes very well together with the ego. You don't have to get rid of your ego or drop it or step aside or heal it or integrate it. The ego is all in for power and acknowledgement and whatever, you know, all these successful words. And my clock is chiming in confirmation. Yes. So on the path of the left hand, even as Ra, the law of one books, state, you have to qualify for a negative polarization in the next higher dimension. Let's assume it's a 3D being that wants to qualify negatively polarized for fourth or fifth dimension. So they have to be, like Ra, the law of one books state, and some other sources as well, over 90% negative and evil to qualify and graduate for that. That to me already is enough to know that's not my thing. No, sorry, I'm out. And the path of the right hand, as the Elohim said in their last channeling, and Ra, the law of one books, very good channeled material, very neutral, under nearly scientific circumstances received, states as well, you only need to be 51% positive to qualify and graduate for a positive evolutionary jump to the next higher dimension or world or density, however you want to label that. So it's just 1% for more than half, you know. That's not so unreachable. I think it's really feasible. And if I had this last channeling about you only need to be 51% positive, and the only thing 2 or 3 people from 6,000 viewers can write as a comment is something negative, well, that tells me all. We are always channeling what's inside, whether you're aware of it or not. You are channeling your own higher self, and you only have to listen to the person talking. Listen with your ears. Why do you think you have ears? And not be in your chattering monkey mind interpreting and judging what he said or she said. Just listen what they say. They're kind of demasking themselves. And it's so funny to me that nearly no one gets that. Even, I had some clients coming to me, and I already felt that they have foreign energy attachment or a foreign entity attached to them within their auric field. Yes. And one guy, in his mid-20s, he wrote me an email and asked for a session, and he said, I don't know what happened. I'm angry all the time, and I'm yelling and having a lot of arguments with my wife, my family. Luckily, I can manage to control not to yell at my little kid, because it just does not feel right to yell at the kid because I'm angry all the time. So what's wrong with me? It almost feels as if I'm no longer myself. Yeah, that's it. That's the information a medium needs. And if they tell you all the other stuff, all unimportant, kind of excusing why, because I had a bad childhood and my parents and blah, 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 and blah, 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 they're only muddying the waters, and they're trying to seed confusion inside of themselves and for the outside, so that no one finds out what's really the matter. And the matter is, he said, it's almost as if I am no longer myself. Yes, he is no longer himself if he has an entity attachment. That's logically to me and totally makes sense. So that other foreign energy is feeding of low vibration energy. And of course, it's motivating him in every situation to get angry, to go off on a trigger word and then attack the others or whatever, because by that you produce low vibrating energy of anger, hate, or fear, and so on. Some people even write me emails and they write, I want a session. No explanation, no why they want a session or what for. That already tells me also a lot. Either they are hiding behind that and don't want to say what's the matter, or maybe they think, oh, I'm so smart, I'm going to test that medium. If she does not feel and answer what's really going on, well, you're just fooling yourself. I'm not working with that. I don't know how other mediums work, and I'm retired. That means I do not work with clients any longer. Only in exceptional cases, when my guides give me a nudge and tell me, that's important, that person needs your help. Okay, then I go for it. But somebody approaching me like that, just I want a session or I want healing energy, and I can already sense through the mail there's an entity attachment that wants to abuse that person and me to send healing energy that it can feed up upon, even more, because it already sucked that person nearly empty, and that person is so down and has so little energy. That's why the person thinks, oh, I need a healing session. Yeah, but what for? What's the reason? And some people are just unconscious and they're not even able to speak structured, if you only retell like little kids do. Yes, I grew up there and my father did that and then came my mother and my sister and blah 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 blah. That's not the information a medium needs. So I have to filter that out and let them talk 1 hour, waste my time, waste their time, and waste the time of spirit world. I just want the content, the essence. What are you feeling? Why are you feeling that? What do you want? And what do you expect from a session with a medium? If you expect that wondrously that medium will wave her or his magic wand and make everything go away, it's not working like that. If the client is not a co-worker, nothing can and will move. I cannot work against the energy of a person that does not really want healing or understanding why this and that happens or what's the meaning of that. They just want their false beliefs confirmed. Well, then go somewhere else, please. I have no time to waste. I don't know how long I'll be still here. I once did a thing you better not do. I used my pendulum to find out when I was in a phase where I wanted to get the hell out of here. My beloved husband, the love of my life, had just died and I saw no sense why I should stay here. I wanted to be with him on the other side. So I took the pendulum and asked, how many years do I still have to be here? Kind of like that, That was the emotion, the attitude, the feeling behind. So the pendulum was saying 67, 68, and then it stopped. So I thought I did that around 50. Oh my God, still 17, 18 years, how will I ever endure that? Of course, now, luckily, by age and experience and some inner work, my worldview, my point of view, and my attitude changed. Now I start enjoying the journey and I see the beauty of Earth. It's not a prison for me. The prison is socially engineered upon us. We build it. We build the bars with our own limited consciousness and the false seeds that are planted in us by mainstream media, by pictures and headlines, The Elohim were once asked in a channeling about these 3 days of darkness or 10 days of darkness. Ooh, drama queen, hello, here we go again. Terrifying, horrifying, fear energy, low vibration. Hello, don't you get that? They answered, which I really liked. We would love you to think of 0 days of darkness. And by that they tried to wipe away and destruct this whole construct that's causing fear and is planted into us to produce even more fear of an event we don't know and how it will play out and blah, blah, blah. And that's why really, right from the beginning, my spirit guides told me, relax, dear. You're in the middle of the process. You have to do your work. But we can tell you the result is everything will be fine and good. You will make it. It's already done on the other side. Only you live in these false constructs of time, present and future and past. Time is outside of Earth a totally different thing and does not really exist. So the path of the right hand is the path of, let's say, positivity, in contrary to the path of the left hand. And in the end, it's the decision we have to make. Exercise our free will, the choice. What do you want and where do you want to go? And I tell you, I'm a bit lazy to be over 90% negative to kind of get the success on the negative, the left-hand path. No, a negative doesn't feel good to me. And of course, you can't have a heart and feelings and compassion and things like that. That would only disturb you on your ride for power, strength, and tyranny, and domination of others, and control, and whatever, you know. It's only greed. In the end, it's all greed, and greed of the ego to be more than it is, because the ego is in the end really nothing. All that is does not have an ego and does not need an ego. And your soul also, with the divine spark of Source itself within it, the power of God is within, does not need an ego telling, I'm this, I'm the incarnation of that, and whatever, you know. If you need to state that in the comments, that you are kind of that rank of angel that came down to earth to help the process or whatever, sorry, that's a mouthful, might be true or not. I stick with my own first-hand experience, what I know and experienced myself, and what I learned from that. And I miss some humbleness in many of the people, you know. They're only proud. And if you ever listen to Suzanne Spooner's wonderful QHHT audio tape, where she once allowed an ego to speak instead of calling in the higher self and the soul during the hypnosis. Well, just listen to that. It's only bragging and bragging and bragging and never stops bragging. How smart it is, the ego, what it all has done. I'm so sick and tired of that. I can't even listen to that. But I listened to it once and learned my lesson. So, what else can I tell you and share with you? They, the left-hand path, they have to skip, and they try to skip, the heart chakra, which is uniting feelings and thinking, and this becomes wisdom. The head and thinking is only knowledge. Knowledge is not wisdom, and it's not united with your feelings. It's very often contrary to your feelings, and then you have your struggle, your problems, your dramas, you know, and you can go off on that, or you can simply acknowledge, which is one of the 7 Hermetic principles of Hermes, who is also Thoth the Atlantean. That's real wisdom from spirit. You live in duality, polarity, meaning there is night and day, there is gender, there is men and women, and they are different, sometimes opposite, and there is good and bad, and you can judge the bad or whatever you like. But that does not help you. It's all about integrating. That's why Buddha spoke of the way of the middle, the golden middle, the path of the middle. Left hand is only succeeding in negativity, so you have to be over 90% negative and evil to kind of get the fruits of that spiritual path. No, thank you, not for me. right-hand path, you only have to be 51% positive to succeed there, you know. And there the heart is included, and you get the wisdom by uniting thinking and feeling, which the left-hand path has to skip. You can't have a feeling heart when you're after greed for power and conquer and whatever. So it's logically that they try to skip the heart. And then they go directly to the third eye, and that's how you breed psychopaths, narcissists, cold, calculating brains. And our society system seems to breed them. Because look at your higher ups in government, finance, in whatever institution, most of them, they pretty well fit all these criteria. So, that's it for today, the path of the left hand and the right hand. And they have to come back to the heart, the left hand path people. Because from there, it's not going any further because the heart is missing. So they have to come back, and that's much harder than coming from your stomach and your unconscious feeling kind of rising up from the solar plexus to the heart and uniting the heart where the connection to the soul is. That's in the middle of your whole system. That's neither left nor right. That's beyond left and right. That's why I love the Sufi. My beloved Sufi Rumi said, "Meet me in the light, beyond good and bad." And I leave it there. I cannot say it any better. Thanks, that's what I wanted to share with you today. For watching, thank you. Blessings, love and light onto you and your soul path, dear beautiful souls. Bye.